Hey everyone, sorry for the slight technical glitch and the delay in starting. Yeah, we apologize for that. And let's get started with the community call for November. So we have a bunch of updates from our community as well as GitHub Universe happened since the last time we spoke. And as always, we have our spotlight speaker ready to take the big stage as well. So that's we have a lot on our schedule today. So without any further ado, let's get started with the community call. So we warmly welcome you to the community call of November. And at the same time, I want to apologize for not having a community call last month, as well as the community being a bit inactive lately. So we are working on ways to rebirth this community and get it back running. But until then, apologies from our end, but we are cooking up some big stuff for the coming months. So we hope to meet you through those. And yeah, before we get started, I'm Avind Soma, and I'm the latest addition to the GitHub Sri Lanka team. My socials are on screen. You can connect through those. All right. So first up on the schedule is the updates from GitHub. Now, as I said before, GitHub Universe happened since the last time we spoke, and there were some big announcements coming out of GitHub Universe. So let's take a look at some of the updates and the key takeaways from GitHub Universe. So the main theme of this year's GitHub Universe was AI and the integration of AI in order to make GitHub a developer ecosystem. So there were many incorporations of AI in collaboration features, including pull requests, GitHub issues, discussions, code spaces, and the big announcement of the year was integrating GitHub Copilot chat. So GitHub Copilot, it has been around for a few years. Some of our team members, including Chamud, had the chance to alpha test it before it went live. But now GitHub Copilot is live and out there in production. But now they've advanced it and they've made a more interactive chat version of GitHub, and they've named it GitHub Copilot Chat. And this is directly available on github.com and mobile. And now with this year's Universe, GitHub Copilot Chat becomes available on all JetBrains IDEs as well. So that was a big announcement. And at the same time, there were a bunch of announcements on boosting productivity in GitHub Actions and GitHub code spaces, including an extended hosted runner fleet and AI-powered updates to GitHub Enterprises as well. So it was clear that GitHub was taking a big turn into this AI space, and there were a bunch of other directly AI-powered features that were announced, including a code scanning autofix, which fixes issues faster by getting AI-powered code fixes, and then secret scanning. So what it essentially does is it seamlessly prevents secret exposure across more than 200 token types on GitHub, and it makes sure it's always watching out for you to make sure that none of your secrets or your authorizations get leaked. And this includes search in comments, discussions, text fields, all sorts of things, including and outside of your code. And finally, there's an overview dashboard. This is an organization feature. It helps understand your organization's security posture. And once again, it's also powered by AI. And this can be critical for any organization that's looking to establish and maintain their customers' trust in terms of security. So now dependency scanning is also enabled along with Dependabot and AI. It's an AI boosted feature which currently exists but was modified and announced at this year's GitHub Universe. And looking at the next set of changes coming from optimizing administration, there's a bunch of changes which I won't get into detail, but to skim over, there's migration touring, enterprise accounts, enterprise identities, enterprise grade access control, account switching, easy account switching, and repository rules, which are all coming as new features. And once again, they're to future proof and make sure that AI GitHub is at the forefront of the AI game. GitHub is investing a lot into this AI space, and they're putting AI in offering AI in a bunch of tools which helps GitHub become a developer ecosystem. Now, to take a look at, if you want to know more updates from GitHub Universe, there's an awesome blog up there, as well as a video by GitHub's Twitch streamer, Mish Manners. So you can check those out on GitHub's YouTube channel. Now to move on to updates from our community. So GitHub community of Sri Lanka has been doing a few events over the past few weeks, and we hope to do a few more as well. But mainly, the GitHub community of Sri Lanka partnered up with the Women in FOSS community of IIT in the last month, and Subin and myself had the chance to host a fabulous Git 101 session at IIT. And shout out to the great audience that we met there. They were very interactive, and it was a day full of learning the basics of Git, as well as getting our hands dirty with a bit of Git and GitHub. So that happened, and one of Sri Lanka's oldest campus experts who joined the team very long ago, Dilumaya, tied the knot recently. So pictured here is a bunch of our GitHub campus experts who attended the wedding. So we thought that will be a great addition to our community's updates as well. And yeah, a shout out and congratulations to Dilumaya. And finally, DevFest is coming. You might see a few GitHub campus experts up there as speakers, as DevFest is coming in a few weeks' time, and tickets are already out. So you can check that out. And picture here is, of course, a picture from DevFest 2022 when a bunch of our campus experts attended the session. Now, before we go in any deep on other updates, let's take a look at this month's community spotlight. Yes, so this month's rather community spotlight is Shihan Abildenia, and Shihan, over to you. You can take over.
Hi, Avin. So, and hi. So, I'm Shihan Nambuldenia, and I got recently selected as the community spotlight speaker at GitHub Sri Lanka community. And I am here right after my O levels, and I am 17 years old. And if I speak about myself in a brief manner, I won the Health Innovation Award at SLIC on 2021, and I won the Sahasagrimam All Island Innovation Competition, and I was selected as the young entrepreneurs in South Asia from Global International, and I was honored to represent Sri Lanka at the World Robotic Championship in India. And that was a very brief about me. And today I'm gonna present you guys about the future of education with artificial intelligence. So what is AI? Like almost everyone know the concepts of AI and the use cases, and almost in our day-to-day life we use artificial intelligence in our work. And let's get into it. Like if I'm explaining briefly about AI, imagine teaching a computer to do smart things like figuring out answers and learning from examples and making choices. Like that's the brief idea of AI, and like that is what we call a artificial intelligence training model or ML model. And let me, so now I will be talking about the evolution of artificial intelligence in the education sector. So, as you can see in the slide, this is a brief history about artificial intelligence. I mean, artificial intelligence, how AI was cooperated with our education system, and like there are many sectors in the world. For an example, health sector, transportation sector, and many more. Like for the education sector, uh, AI was cooperated on 1980s, and intelligent tutoring systems at those days were implemented. And recently, like on the 20s, online learning platforms were created, like Udemy, edX. I think everyone has heard about it. And from, like, by the motivation or the cooperation with that, adaptive learning was formed. And in 2010 to the present society, adaptive learning was gradually increased, and there are many more new AI tools and such more. And also in 2010, chatbots and virtual assistants were created. And for an example, ChatGPT, but it was created by the company OpenAI recently. And learning analytics, which means we can observe the behavior of student patterns and their behavior patterns, such as. And VR and AR in education, that was also cooperated on 2010. And VR means virtual reality and AR means augmented reality. And those were implemented in our education system to make student interactions more productive and more attractive. After that, at last, if you are taking as a brief, personalized learning with AI assistance, which means almost every day we use AI tools in our day to day life. And everyone in the society, like students, teachers, and doctors, engineers, everyone use AI to cooperate their work. For an example, we can take ChatGPT, and Google released their new AI bot, Bard. I think you have heard about it. Likewise, there are many assistants in AI. Now, there are many challenges in developing AI based educational tools. Like, we need to face many challenges and we need to overcome them in order to deliver a high quality education system through AI. All right. Now, if I speak about the challenges that we face when cooperating AI in education, first of all, we need to face for the cost effectiveness. Like, as a third world country, our country, we cannot afford lots of money in order to implement fully customized fully customized AI education system. Likewise, we need to bear a cost, and everyone should be able to handle it. And the resistance to change, that is also an issue, which means, like, we are the updated generation in the society. Like, our parents, our grandparents usually don't use mobile phones and desktop computers. Likewise, like, our generation mostly use and got into those because with the development of technology. And there are some people which they aren't interested in learning or engaging with technological devices. Likewise, there's a resistance, which means, like, they need a physical teacher to learn, or else they need to go to school physically. Rather than doing it online, they need it physical. But some students want it online because it's very productive and we can manage our time. Likewise, and sorry, the other one is evaluation of AI tools. And for the evaluation of AI tools, we need to get the data from students and their feedbacks to evaluate the AI, so we can get an outcome, a precise outcome. Likewise, we can, for an example, if we use ChatGPT, and if they give us a feedback form or something, like, we can give our feedback. Therefore, they can go through our feedbacks and they can enhance their module and everything to perform more and systematic approaches. And the other one is equity issues, which means like the digital bridge between digitalization and non-digitalization. And every student and every people in the society must get into technology. If not, we can't bear it. Likewise, equity issues are there. Like everyone in the society or every student in society doesn't have a desktop computer or a mobile phone. Likewise, therefore they cannot engage with AI tools or they can't engage with online education or something. Therefore, we need to provide the students which they don't have technological devices with new equipments, therefore they also can engage in the AI sector. And there's another challenge when implementing AI in education. The other one is technical issues. For an example, there can be power cuts because the current situation of our country is not very good. Therefore, we need to face power cuts, and sometimes we might not have data connections, Wi-Fi, and in order to create a fully based AI education system, we need full technical support. And the other thing is privacy concerns. Like if you are making the AI system, we need to gather information of all the students and their teachers as well as the educators. So therefore we need to protect their privacy and we need to store their personal details in our databases with secured. And the other one is lack of personal touch. Imagine like the feeling when you are going to school physically and interacting with the teacher and the students, and the feeling when you are attending to a Zoom lesson online, and they are also the teachers and students, but in the physical class we can engage in activities and there is love between friends and the teachers to get together and work, and we need our emotional support. But in AI we don't have that. We only have a text or something. Like we have Siri, Google, like voices. And the other challenge is we depend on technology. Like I have seen like my friends and all of those are dependent on technology. Like for a basic thing also they go to chat gpt and get the answers. Like we should use chat gpt only for productive cases. Like if not, we will lose our critical thinking skills and all. We should not be dependent on the technology. We we need to we need only to go through the technology to do our stuff. And if we depend on technology we can't rely. Like there are AI models like chat gpt, we can use that. Like if you are writing an essay, we can write it by our own, by thinking it and writing it with our creative skills, and then we can put it into chat gpt and fine tune it and make it more attractive. Likewise, rather than that, most of the students nowadays, like they put the topic straight away to the chat gpt and they get their essay. I think it's a very wrong thing. Like it's not illegal, but the thing is everyone loses their critical thinking skills. All right, now I will talk about the strategies to overcome them effectively. So we can teach educators to use the AI more efficiently. Like we can teach teachers how to use the AI system or the school online system to interact more with students. For an example, if you are having an online class, we can advise all the students to switch on the cameras and mics. Therefore, like we can get the experience as a physical class, and therefore we can teach educators. And likewise, studying the impact of learning strategies on platforms and people. And for an example, if we take a education platform like Udemy, Coursera, edX, likewise, we can take a feedback from the educators and we can take a feedback from the students who are engaging in the courses, and we can make the model more accurate. Therefore, like we can deliver quality content, and we can automate the generation of sequences of courses. Therefore it can go in a streamline and a consistent workout. And development of existing systems in research and teaching in education, We, like I said previously, we can take the feedback from students and educators in order to make the model, the machine learning model, more productive. Therefore we can deliver more quality content, and we can overcome the challenges of implementing AI in our education system. And now let me talk about AI's implication in education. So I hope everyone in here have engaged in online courses during the pandemic period, and nowadays usually everyone goes to YouTube and learn and all. And mentors for every learner, like we can allocate an AI to mentor each and every student, and we can observe their behaviors and everything. And therefore, like, it's a mentor fully AI, not a physical teacher or something. Therefore the mentor is available 24/7, and the student can ask anything from the mentor. And I think that's a positive impact on AI. And the other thing is virtual reality learning. For an example, think, if you are learning about cells in science, in school we used to read the textbook and memorize stuff and the parts of the cell and the parts of body, and like likewise. But if we use virtual reality in learning and AI implemented in it, we can create an AI VR environment which students can explore inside a cell and to gain insights in it. Therefore they can memorize it more rather than referring to a textbook. Like, it's very outdated, but we can use and we can revolutionize our education system to an up to date education system. Therefore it's more productive and precise. And the other thing is, we can use automatic grading systems. For an example, I think some of them are still existing, but we can enhance more of them by creating more and more of them. And for an example, like, if you are writing an assignment and publishing it into the college website, using the AI inside the website, we can grade the assignment. Nowadays there are assignment graders, but I think some of them are only trained to do a specific task, like to allocate marks. But we can improve the AI model by giving several assignments to learn the learn to learn the assignments and to perform it. Therefore the outcome of the automatic grading system is more productive and it's more successful. And the other thing is universal access to global classrooms. Imagine I am going to abroad while I am studying in college, and I need to access my course material at my college. Therefore I can access to anything by the global classroom. Therefore I won't miss any lectures. And let me go to the other one. The other topic that I wanted to talk about is incorporating artificial intelligence or AI in early education to fostering critical thinking and skill development. Imagine, like, there are students with disabilities, but doctors and their parents find it out, like, when they grow up a few years ahead. Like, we can use an AI to early detect the learning disabilities, like if he can't hear or write properly. Like, we can implement AI to nursery systems, and like by studying their behavior pattern we can detect their learning disabilities, and we can tell them and we can create separate sessions for them, and therefore it would be more successful. And predictive analytics, like we can use student data to monitor their behavior patterns, and if there is a behavior disorder of the student, we can use AI to find it out. And intelligent tutoring systems, for an example, it's mostly like ChatGPT or Bard. We can ask anything from ChatGPT and it will respond us immediately at the same time. Like, it might take few seconds probably 5 or 6 seconds. But like that, from intelligent tutoring systems we can deliver quality content to our students, and personalized learning platforms. Like imagine I need to learn about biology and I don't know where to start it. I can get into the personalized learning platform and enter my details and start the course they are recommending, and therefore the platform can monitor my studying level and my assignments and everything, and the system can personalize the learning. Like it can adjust the learning and deliver the content. And the other thing is gamification of learning. We can create mobile games or small educational games in order to practice education. For an example, you all of you know about Scratch. Likewise, we can teach youngsters to code, and therefore they can enhance their learning abilities. And robotics and programming for kids. As a robotics enthusiast, I'm my target is to deliver the knowledge of robotics and programming to everyone, and I'm so interested about that. And I am telling that if we use robotics and programming in early age, kids can learn about new concepts and they can perform rather than an ordinary child. And as I said previously, virtual field trips and simulations, which means we can create VR environments as for the education. I mean, if you are learning about the ocean, rather than going to the ocean and showing the students about the ocean and observing the sea animals, we can create a virtual environment of a ocean, and we can show them everything related to the ocean, and we can give a more quality content rather than doing it physically through VR. All right. Now, before I end my session, I need to give a challenge to the GitHub Sri Lanka community, and let me give you the challenge. Adaptive learning. As I said in the first slide of my presentation, adaptive learning is existing since 2010, and I came up with a concept that we can make a platform which adjusts students' mentality and the platform, which means there's a tension between learner centered and platform centered approaches. We can, for an example, if a student goes to the platform and starts to learn about computer science, and he takes the first module and do it within 1 hour, and the second module he takes like 2 or 3 days, like he loses the interest. Therefore, using the platform we can make a special content for the student. Like we can break down the modules of the course into 2 or 3 parts and giving it part by part. Like if there's a if there's a 1 hour lecture, we can break it into 6 parts and give it by 10 minute sessions. Therefore the students also like it, and they also engage it. Rather than going to the 1 hour, they engage with the 10 minutes. Likewise, there isn't a platform made like that. There are platforms, but this concept is not integrated with it because it's hard to do, and we need more data to train the AI models and all. Therefore, I am giving the community a challenge, like we can build this thing if we get together. And thank you so much for attending and listening to my talk. And let's see, you can uh, you can get into my repository through the QR code, and I will be uploading the full documentation of my presentation to that, and you can go through my research. And if you need to connect me, you can use my social media handles and drop me a message. Thank you.
Thank you for the session, Shihan. Great as always. And we appreciate you taking the step to apply to our community spotlight and coming out here and presenting. It's been great. And yeah,
Thank you, Ani.
we hopefully will see you in a future episode, and we'll see you speaking at bigger stages as well. Now, once again, thank you very much. And as you stated, if y'all want to get connected with Shihan, the details were on screen. And at the same time, reminding y'all that if y'all want to be a community speaker in one community spotlight speaker rather in one of our upcoming episodes, you can apply to be one through our social pages. And yeah, this is just a reminder that this is not something that we expect polished or experienced speakers to apply to. And we consider this a stage in which y'all can apply to be a speaker and grow with us. And that is the idea behind this segment as well. Now, that's it for us from this edition of the community call. We'll see y'all in December with our community call. And like we said, you can catch some of a small reminder that you can catch some of our campus experts speaking at the upcoming DevFest Colombo. That's it from us. Thank you very much.